point slope form. First of all, before we get into actually doing the problem, we have to understand what the y1 and x1 mean, and we have to understand what the m means. The x1, y1 are just a point, an ordered pair. Okay, so from any ordered pair that's given, you can use the y and the x value. The m, that's the initial that they use for the word slope. Okay, m means slope, and if you remember finding the slope, we go y minus y over x minus x. Y minus y over x minus x. So you will need to find the slope. Now in some problems they'll give you the slope. In this one they do not. So we'll have to find the slope given 2 points. Now some of you might not recognize that what they're giving you here is 2 points. First of all, you have to remember that f of x equals y. It's just a notation. We talked about it, I believe, on Friday. F of x is equal to y. So right here, these are the y values for the red point and the blue point. So what they give us here in red would be a 1, 1. That's your ordered pair for the red point. The blue point has an ordered pair of 3, 5. That is the ordered pair for the blue point. So that's the notation stuff. Now to actually fill in our answers, finding the slope, we go y minus y over x minus x. So doing that math here, we would get y minus y, if we were going this direction, 1 minus 5 is a negative 4, and 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. So that gives us the slope of 2. That value will go in here, 2. This is an equal sign. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's an equal sign. Then using my red point, y1 is 1 and x1 is 1, and that would be your answer. Okay, a lot of information there. Let's take a look at the next problem. The next problem has the same layout. Okay, everything's the same. First of all, my ordered pair here is a negative 1, negative 5. And my ordered pair here is a negative 4, negative 4. I need to figure out what my slope is. Remember, it's y minus y. So that's going to be a negative 5 minus a negative 4 over x minus x, a negative 1 minus a negative 4. That is equal to a negative 1 over 3. Negative 5 minus a minus 4 is a negative 5 plus 4, which is a negative 1. And a negative 1 minus a negative 4 is a negative 1 plus 4, which is 3. So we get a negative 1/3 for our slope. So our slope over here is a negative 1/3. Now for the y and the x value, I could either use the red point or the blue point. Doesn't matter which one I use. I'll use the red again. Okay, our y is a negative 5, and our x is a negative 1. And that would be your answer. Let's take a look at the next problem. Now in this next problem, it just gives me the 2 points, but it gives it to me in a different form. Same as before, it gives me a red and a blue. So let's first of all find the slope. 3, let's do this first. 3 minus 4 is a negative 1, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So my slope, the m, is equal to a negative 1/2. So this is a negative 1/2 there. And again, I'm going to just use my red point. My y is 3 and my x is 3. Remember, it is x comma y. And remember, this is the y value here and the x value there. Let's take a look at the next problem. Same thing. First, I'm going to find my slope. So m equals y minus y. That's 5 minus 5 over x minus x, and negative 5 minus 1. I get 0 over anything is 0, but in this case I get 0 over negative 6, which is equal to 0. So my slope is 0. And then using my red again, my y is 5 and my x is a negative 5. So when I put those numbers in, 0 for my slope, my x and my y, that is my answer. Next problem, again I have a point. My slope is going to be found by a negative 2 minus 2 over 5 minus a negative 5. So that'll be a negative 4 over 10. That's a negative 2/5. That is my slope, negative 2/5. That's going to go right here, a negative 2/5. Now, again, I'll just use my red point because that's what I've been doing all along. Y is a negative 2, and the x is 5. So find the slope, find your x and y. Next problem. Here they changed the format just a little bit, okay? In here it says the slope of the line is 8/5. Well, okay, they give me the slope. That's 8/5. I don't have to do that part. But it tells me the y-intercept is a negative 5. The y-intercept equals a negative 5. Well, what does the x equal then? What am I going to do? Well, think of a graph. On a graph, when my line crosses, okay, when it crosses the y-axis at a negative 5, what is that ordered pair there? Okay, so what is my ordered pair here? That's what you need to think about. If my y-intercept is a negative 5, that means my x value, remember this is negative 1, 0, 1, 2. My x value is 0. So this is 0, negative 5. If the y-intercept was 3, the ordered pair would be 0, 3. If my y-intercept was a negative 1, my ordered pair would be 0, negative 1. If you remember, we've been doing a bunch of problems like this. Remember when they gave you this problem? Y equals 2x plus b. And they said to solve for b. And it gave you the ordered pair 0, comma 5. Okay? Well, that's what we were doing, is finding the intercept. The intercept, the y-intercept, is when x is 0. So in this problem, getting back to this particular problem, the slope is 8/5. I put that in. The y-intercept is a negative 5. Because of that, that implies it is 0, negative 5 from all the explanation I just did. So that means my y is a negative 5, my x is 0. And that is how you do that problem. I only have one of these to show you, but it's the same for all of them. Good luck.